Racing Electronics, Motor Racing Network, here at the PRI show in Indianapolis, Indiana. We're so glad you're following along with these videos. If you like what we're doing, just share these videos and spread the news about what we've got going on here. And we're going to talk a little Bowman Gray Stadium. Who better to talk with Bowman Gray than a former champion at the racetrack? Brandon Ward joins us. Hey, man, how are you?
Hey, Steve. It's good to be here at PRI and good to be on the show.
I'm going to come right out of left field at you here. I'm going to come right out of left field. I was snooping on your social media, and I might have even snooped on your wife's social media. Your daughter's birthday gift for you. With your daughter's birthday gift, tell her what she got you.
So it was really cool. It was a picture that my wife put together. It was when I was go-kart racing when I was 8 years old. It's a picture from one of the first races that I ran back in Liberty, North Carolina. She found this photo. She probably got it from my mom. Then she takes the very first driving suit that I ever had as a kid when I was 8, go-kart racing, puts it on my daughter, does the photos with her, takes a recent one of me and does basically a collage with these pictures, and it turned out really, really cool. Mike Spini did it for her. He put the whole. Well, she did the picture, and then he put it on a canvas for me for my birthday. It was really, really cool. Got it hanging in my office. It was pretty cool to see how they put that together, and it was pretty special to me.
As a dad, I can't imagine opening that up, because we get all the great traditional gifts and we love our families, we love our daughters, we love everything. But that had to blow you away.
It did. It definitely was a surprise to me, a very special surprise. And then I get the questions, oh, does that mean Kylie's going to race? No. Wants no part of it. Loves it. Loves coming to the racetrack. Loves watching. Full-time dancer. But so then that spun off into a deal where she's going to be a race car driver for Halloween. So then she had my old suit on and one of my old go-kart helmets. So that's what she was for Halloween this year. So it's been it was pretty cool.
All right, so she's a dancer. Are you a dance dad? How do you go to many of the events, and how do you handle the events?
So I love to go and watch her. She's so into it. It reminds me a lot of how I was with racing when I was her age. And man, those kids at so my wife and her sister have a dance studio, Dancer's Edge, and man, they have over 400 kids at this dance studio, but they have over 100 competition kids. And to watch the effort that those kids put into that, it's equivalent to what we put into racing. The hours of practice and just the things they do, the choreography they do, and the effort they put in it. So it's like our living room is like a dance room. So you're trying to watch TV or watch a race on TV, and there'll be like flipping going across in front of the TV where she's cartwheeling and all this stuff. So, but yeah, she's big into that. I love to go. I have to miss a few of the competitions for races. But it's awesome. I love to go and watch her and see the effort that she puts into that. It's real special.
Fun stuff, that's for sure. Let's talk a little bit about the racing. 2024 season, I think you had 5 wins. I think you finished second in the points. How was the season for you?
It was great. I mean, 2 years in a row, we've had great seasons. Championship at Bowman Gray last year, wins on the Smart Tour last year and this year, 5 wins at Bowman Gray this year. We've had an exceptional year. I don't know how you could rewrite it and make it any better. You want to win every time you go, but I feel like we might have even had a better overall season this year than we had last year. Just missed it by a few points there at the end. But still, I mean, out of the last 3 years, we've been second in the points 2 times with 1 championship to go with that. So a lot of consistency out of this group, a lot of growth over the last couple of years. Kevin Powell's he's put together an awesome program for us to be a part of. Will Spa and all my guys at the shop for all their hard work and effort, and race cars that are not only fast but stay together every week. So that means a lot at Bowman Gray Stadium.
Bowman Gray is a fascinating place to me, because twice a year we see a YouTube video or a highlight video of guys sliding across the infield and doing everything. I share this. I go to Bowman Gray once or twice, probably 1.5 times a year. I go to Bowman Gray, and it's been probably 8 years since I've seen one of those YouTube moments. What I see when I go to Bowman Gray is really, really good racing. A lot of side-by-side racing, a lot of, just moving and when it doesn't get out of control. What are the challenges of being a modified racer at Bowman Gray Stadium?
Well, there is a lot of good racing over there. It's challenging. It's a tough place to get around. It's a quarter-mile flat bull ring. One of the things that I've noticed about Bowman Gray, it changes so much. A lot of people probably don't understand how much that racetrack changes on a weekly basis. You would think that it would consistently change, like with the temperatures climbing through the summer, racetrack gets slicker. We don't really see that. We see it change from week to week drastically. Like last year, we won a race from 8th, being able to pass on the outside. And we thought, man, we got it. Like, we got this car to run on the outside. Like, we thought, okay, it's going to be really good. You get back over there the very next weekend, guess where you can't run? The outside. Nobody could. Like, all of us try to go out there, and you can't pass. You can't make any ground on the outside. So that is very challenging. And Kevin Hughes and I were talking before this interview about how technical it is over there. With the racetrack being so small, just inches matter. You have to be where you have to be in the corner, and you have to do it with somebody, stopped in front of you and slamming into you from behind you. With there's a lot of beating and banging that goes on getting into the corners, which makes it harder to hit those exact marks you need to hit. So track position means a lot. When you can get out front, it's very helpful. It is everywhere, but it especially is over there. So there's a lot of challenging things. Just the format of the racing, you can't go over there and test. You can't rent the racetrack during the week. There's very little practice on Saturdays. We can utilize the morning time a little bit, but it's just, there's a lot of curveballs that feel like that are thrown at you throughout the year that keeps it exciting and keeps it challenging.
Fun stuff, that is for sure. Speaking of fun stuff, Bowman Gray Stadium, the Clash. What was your take as you guys are in the circle up there and you start to hear this? What was your take on this ultimately happening and finally being announced?
It was kind of shocking to me when I heard that they were even considering this idea. But it's really cool to see the NASCAR Cup Series come back to where it kind of started, to see them move this race around to different venues is pretty cool. And I think to come to Bowman Gray Stadium with the history that racetrack has and that NASCAR has with that facility, I think it's neat. It's cool to see some of the changes they're making. I think it could be something that's going to be a good new look for the fans and for the racers this year.
And you're going to get a chance to race as well. The Cup Series is there on Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. I haven't seen the start times on it, but Saturday is the Madhouse Classic. How neat is it going to be for you guys to get to showcase your modified division in front of that national crowd?
It's awesome to see them include the weekly modified division as part of the Clash weekend. Back several years ago, racing in the old NASCAR Goodies Dash Series, we got to be part of some of the Cup shows, racing at Charlotte and at Daytona, and it was always cool to be a part of those special weekends. And now to be able to do it with the modifieds and do it with the Clash at Bowman Gray Stadium, I think it's going to be good for us. It's going to be good for the fans. It should be a good show.
Going to be a good show, that's for sure. Brandon, we always appreciate you stopping by, catching up with us here at PRI, and can't wait to see what you have next year up at the stadium and Smart Modifieds and wherever you go racing.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be there full time again next year, probably full time on the Smart Tour. So we're looking forward to a good season in 2025. And thank you, Steve. It's always good to be here and be on the show with you.
Lots and lots of racing, that is for sure. That's Brandon Ward, one of the great racers that calls Bowman Gray Stadium his home on Saturday nights.